Hi, welcome back. This morning I made my husband a pepperoni overstuffed omelet. I hope you enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Good morning, everybody. And today I'm going to be making an omelet. I'm going to film my intro later because it's first thing in the morning and I am not dressed yet for the day. I'm in my sweats. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mushrooms and peppers in my omelet. So I'm going to get the mushrooms and peppers washed up very quickly. It's always best when you're doing mushrooms to clean them up right before you're ready to use them, because if you clean them up ahead of time, they will get kind of nasty. They'll take on the moisture and they'll get mushy. So you don't want to do that. So you just clean them up before you're going to use them. And then as far as the peppers, I'm going to rinse off the peppers really well. Spin this around really quick. I'm going to take off the stems. And I should have grabbed a piece of paper towel or whatever you have available to put stuff out. I'm going to cut this, get out the seeds, set that aside. This one, get out the seeds. I take this over to the sink for a sec. I'm going to rinse this out. Okay, so I've rinsed this. I made sure that I removed the seeds, rinsed off the peppers. And I did find that I already had some red onions cut up, so I diced them up even smaller. So I got red onions, and I'm going to make the peppers small also. I'm going to dice those up. I have an English muffin in the toaster. So before I start actually cooking the omelet, I will start the toaster oven with the English muffin. Doing a cinnamon and raisin muffin this morning for my husband that we had. Now this omelet, what I did to decide what type of omelet am I going to make, I looked in my fridge. I had some ingredients from salads and other meals. And I thought, okay, so I'm going to come up with a combination that sounds good to me. So a couple of sweet peppers, 2 mushrooms, red onion, and I'm also, in just a minute here, going to cook up I'm going to cut up some pepperoni, and then we'll cook that up. I love these sweet peppers. They're very tasty. Make a really nice combination to a lot of different things. Now these are big mushrooms that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut them this way. And then I'm going to cut them again. So it's going to be smaller pieces because I don't want him to bite into this giant mushroom piece. So I'm cutting them this way because now if you had really small mushrooms, you wouldn't have to cut it up so much. But these are 2 mushrooms that's a lot of mushrooms already. Okay. So I'm going to rinse off my cutting board. Okay, so I got another little bowl because I ran out of room, and look how many vegetables I have already. Okay. So I ran out of room, but the vegetables will shrink. Now, I'm not going to use a ton of pepperoni because I really don't need to because it's a 3-egg omelet and it's really not a lot. So I'm just going to take, I don't know, maybe, sometimes you just have to kind of guess. I'm just going to take like about that much. I'll show you in the camera better. I think this might be enough. I'll be able to tell in a minute here. So, these little pepperonis. And I'm going to cut it up small. So I want it to disperse throughout the omelet. Well, I got a lot of vegetables, a little bit of pepperoni. I'm thinking I need a little bit more pepperoni. So, sometimes you just have to cut stuff up and look and see, eyeball it and see if it looks like enough. So again, I'm just going to slice it this way. I had some leftover pepperoni from another meal. Okay, now I think we're about right. Because these, I put in little pieces. If I would have been able to, I would have put it in the same bowl, but I ran out of room. Okay, so we had some technical difficulty. I broke these eggs. I got 3 eggs going on here. I actually had filmed this earlier. I thought I was filming it. Apparently I was not. I took the shells out of the eggs and I washed my hands because when you're dealing with raw egg, you want to make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly after dealing with the raw egg. You wouldn't want to put your hands into the cheese bag or be touching everything because of salmonella. So you don't want to be eating raw eggs. Okay, so I have the 3 eggs here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a very small amount of a mix that we made, which is, we made it on our own, took an empty spice container. Black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And we use this quite a bit, make our own little mix. So I'm just going to put just the tiniest amount. You don't want to overdo it. It'll be overpowering. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up. Now, I personally don't add milk to my omelet, my husband's omelet. If I was making this for my son, he likes me to add a little bit of milk to make it fluffier. But I like it, and my husband likes it a little bit more dense. So I'm going to take this over to the stove in just a sec. I'm going to wash my hands again because I can feel I got the sticky egg. Okay, so hope everybody can see pretty well. All right, so I'm melting the butter. First thing I'm going to do is melt the butter. In the meantime, I have put the English muffin in the toaster oven. Okay, so it's melting. So I'm going to put in my veggies. And I'm going to put in the pepperoni, and I'm going to cook this, and I will show you how long you have to cook this. This will shrink up a bit. So this is going to be a very hearty omelet. So since I had the pepperoni separate from the veggies, I will take this time while it's cooking to blend it together, and it already smells very good. Now you can substitute stuff. So if you didn't have sweet pepper, but you had a green pepper, you could do that. Or a yellow pepper, a red pepper. With the pepperoni, it's almost smelling like pizza topping right at the moment. And today I'm going to use grated cheddar cheese. If you had a different type of cheese, that's fine too. This just kind of gives you an idea. I make all different types of omelets. It all depends what I have in my fridge. So this is what I had in my fridge today, and it sounded like it was going to make a very tasty omelet. Like I said, it is already smelling very good. Let this cook down a little. Okay, so it's, as you can see, it's starting to really shrink as things are getting cooked. And I have it on high using butter. And of course there's oil in the pepperoni, so that's helping it cook too in the oil. If you didn't have pepperoni in here, you might go ahead and maybe need a little bit more butter, but it's hard to say. Sorry, I have not had all my coffee this morning, so still waking up. Hope everybody's having a good day, morning, whatever time it is where you're at right now. And this is starting to look really good because I want to put a brown to it. Because it's going to taste better with the brown to it, that's for sure. I'm almost putting a brown on this pepperoni, almost like you would do bacon. Okay, so I am pulling this. I'm putting this in a bowl, setting it aside. Now, if you do not eat meat, you can do the same omelet, just leave out the pepperoni. Or if you just don't want meat in the morning. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for meat first thing in the morning. But pepperoni, it's very tempting, just like bacon. The butter's melted. I'm gonna pour in my 3 eggs. And I have this on like a medium-low setting. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on it because I don't want it to cook too fast. So I'm gonna go put this in the sink, wash my hands while this egg is doing its thing. Okay, so the trick here is what you gotta figure out is you gotta make sure this egg is cooked enough that you can put the rest of your stuff in the omelet without the omelet getting overdone. So it's a little bit tricky. So like I said, I got it like on between medium and low, somewhere in there. And I'm just waiting for the egg to get a little bit stiffer. And then I'm going to start adding stuff. Like this side almost is already, I feel like. But this side is not so much. It's getting awfully, awfully close. Alright, so I think I'm ready. So I'm going to take the topping stuff, or the filling, I should say, not the topping. But I'm going to sprinkle it evenly. So I didn't want to do it when it was still, okay, now I'm reducing it to low completely. I'm evenly distributing the peppers, the onions, the pepperoni on here. I'm going to just make sure the spatula, I'm just kind of moving it so every bite has the flavor. Just make sure I get all of this. Okay, so it's pretty well. Now the range top is on low. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the cheddar cheese. My hands are clean. I'm grabbing out some cheddar cheese and I'm going to put it on top. I'm going to let that melt. And I have a lot of filling in this omelet. So it might take a while, but it is on, like I said, it's on low. Have to be very diligent and not walk away from this. As soon as this cheese is almost melted, then I can fold the omelet over. In the meantime, I'm going to go grab the plate, so when it's ready to pull, it will be ready to go. Okay, so it's almost, the cheese is almost melted, so I'm going to flip this because I want to see how we're doing. And this is what I would call an overstuffed omelet, which is going to be extremely hearty. Just going to make sure the cheese is the rest of the way melted. And we like our eggs done like browned almost, well, which it is browned. That's how we like it. If you want to make it a little bit more what I would call rare, that's fine too. This is how we personally like it. Okay, so this is ready to go onto the plate already. Okay, let me see. I want to show everybody how to do this because this is maybe tricky for some people. So I got to fold it in half. And I'm just going to pour it pretty much on there. Can everybody see? Think? Okay? Okay, so here's the omelet. I normally do not do this, but I want everybody to see what it looks like. I'm cutting the omelet in half. I'm going to kind of turn it. So that's what it looks like in the inside. And even though this is my husband's omelet that he's going to eat today, since it's so hearty, I'm going to go ahead and taste a piece. Uh-oh, he's going to be short one piece of omelet. So I'm going to taste it. Scoot this aside here. Mmm. That is really, really good. I might have to go ahead and cut up some more peppers and mushrooms and onions and make myself an omelet. That is absolutely delicious. What a way to start the morning. That is an overstuffed omelet with a whole bunch of goodies inside. Mmm. So good. Thank you for watching, everybody. If you like the content and you do not subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. It's free. Those of you that do subscribe, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. And please like this video and have a great day. Thank you for watching.